musiclifesocial.com. I am your co-host, Raheem, aka Big Heem Radio Raheem. You know who I am.
And this is General Mills Salute. You know what it is, Signature Styles, the best of the best. And we here with Mrs.
Martine Elyse Philippe in the building with us tonight. She is our guest, and first and foremost, we want to say thank you for coming out.
Yes, and gracing us with your presence.
Yeah,
time, you know, all the above.
Always ready to talk art and culture.
Cool. So let's jump right into it. Give the people a brief summary about yourself and what you do.
Right. Well, I'm a native New Yorker. Of course, I grew up in
New York is in the building.
Just got here back from New York Sunday.
Okay. Yes, I grew up training in dance at the Vanette's Cultural Workshop in Long Island.
Okay.
And then transitioned here in the late 90s. Trained in dance in Decatur at several dancers' corps.
All right.
Danced throughout my trajectory in college. I am a bulldog, a Georgia bulldog, go dogs.
Okay. Finally got over the hump and won a championship. Okay.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
So I presided over a dance company, Pomoja Dance Company, during my time there.
Okay.
And then, outside of school, transitioned into arts administration. We can't stay on our leg forever. Some of us have to retire. When the knees give out, you have to find another way to pivot and shift. And so I've worked.
When the icy hot no longer works.
Doesn't work. So you transition into arts administration. So most folks know me either from Woodruff Arts Center, managing statewide youth programming at young audiences there, or obviously as a dance educator in Atlanta Public Schools, mentoring newly hired arts educators, and now I am chairing City Councilman Lewis's Arts Task Force in District 12.
Cool.
Nice. So what got you influenced? What influenced you to get you into the music? And since I see that was your foundation or your beginning, and sprouted into every
My interest or exposure to dance really came from my family first. My family's Caribbean, Haitians.
Okay.
And so, we're all about art and culture, music, visual art, dance, folk dance, and things of that nature. So I'm really grateful that my parents are patrons of the arts.
Okay.
And, just turned that right around and instilled that in my sister and I as we were growing up. So we're talking about being young, going to concerts, being young, going to dance shows, being exposed, and all of that. And so, it's just been a part of my life, and I'm really grateful for that. And so I spend a good bit of my time now as an adult trying to turn that around for the young folks and ensure that young people have equitable access to arts experiences, because it is life-changing.
Okay, cool. So how does I say West African culture and Haitian culture, how does that play a role in dancing, choreography,
style of dancing, how you select that type of dance,
Well, so like I told you, I trained at the Vanette's Cultural Workshop in Long Island in Wyandanch, and we actually had to train in West African style dance. It was a part of the repertoire. So of course, you have exposure to ballet, jazz, tap, and all the traditional stuff, but it was extremely important at VCW for us, because they cater to Black youth, to be exposed to our roots in that way. West African dance, if you're trained, I think it's a good way, especially if you're here in America and the US, it's a good way to be connected to your roots, a good way to understand some of those foundational elements of other elements and other techniques in dance, and also a good way to kind of connect with yourself through your ancestors, and what they did and what they've passed down in that vein.
Okay, that's dope. So how did being a dancer, professional dancer, and choreographer, how did that help you transition into being a business leader?
Well, I'm someone that believes that whether you're training in dance or if you're an athlete even, that whatever you learn in training at practice and rehearsal is a transferable skill.
Okay.
And that you can apply those skills anywhere in life. So you can apply them if you're studying in school. You can apply them if you're trying to get on in your professional career. You can apply them in your day-to-day relation with others. So for me, what I gleaned from my dance training has a lot to do with grit, a lot to do with resilience, a lot to do with how to take a no when you get a no, like if you've auditioned and been turned down, or if your dance teacher didn't select you for a specific solo or something to that effect. Some of those bumps and humps.
Did you cry the first time you heard no?
I didn't hear no very often.
Okay. Okay.
It was like only if I was injured.
Okay.
Because I was actually that girl.
Oh.
And people would tell you, I used to be that girl.
Okay.
Anyway, and then outside of the no's and becoming familiar with how to deal with rejection or things not necessarily going your way, there's also the element of discipline. So if you're a business leader or an entrepreneur, you have to really set your sight on whatever your goal is and work to that end and stick to it and be consistent. And that's what you get in dance training. And as an athlete, if you're an athlete in any sport training. And I try to push my dancers who have trained with me to understand that while what you're learning is important in rehearsal or will transfer to what you need to do in performance, it's equally as relevant to whatever it is you're enduring in life. So to take those applicable skills and flip them and make sure that if you're the mom, you're that girl on stage, you're also that girl in class in academics, you're also that girl when it comes to the job interview. Or if you're on the job, to me, even as I sit in different places and spaces outside of the arts, I can tell if I'm dealing with someone who's been trained in dance.
Oh, wow.
How they carry themselves, how they walk, how they get up when they stumble, all that, I can tell.
Okay. Wow, all right.
A good dance trainer.
Okay. Okay. So how does, art and culture, how does that help, like, create a positive impact for, like, underserved communities, in your opinion, in your estimation?
So part of the work I'm charged to do here in District 12 on the south side of the city has to do with ensuring that folks in that particular marginalized community do have equitable access to experiences in the arts.
Okay.
We all know, some of us know, some of us need to know, that exposure to the arts can elevate and enhance a community by way of beautifying that place, or by way of exposing the community members to a different way to think, to view things, and also just to simply improve the quality of your life by way of giving you something to enjoy, somewhere you can check out, somewhere you can connect with people that you naturally wouldn't maybe get the chance to connect with, because the arts are a bridge builder.
It's true.
Arts bring all type of people together, just like sports.
Right.
You might think about a basketball game and how many types of people might attend, whether it's age range from young to old, all colors, all walks of life. There's access to these types of events. Same thing with the arts. You go to any type of art event, and the intent is to ensure that you're seeing the same thing, whether it be for young to old, different colors, different walks of life, folks from different places. But sometimes there's a barrier, whether that be by price point or just by location and things of that nature. So we're working to get rid of all those barriers and ensure that we can bring that access to our marginalized
So where are the locations where you have events at for people to get exposed to the arts that you have, or are you just
we're citywide.
District, right?
Citywide. My focus right now is District 12. So just as recently as over the weekend, we're crossing the barrier over Juneteenth weekend, and so we had a lovely cultural arts festival at South Bend. We're gonna have some programming at Roselle Fan on the south side. But again, sometimes we're talking about building those bridges. So while our corridor, our district has so many beautiful different places. We've got West End Production Park. Quietly, you've got so many productions being filmed down there on the south side. You've got Mutiny Artworks, which is a huge venue for new and emerging artists who might need access to studio and workspace, but don't really have the money or the funds for that. They can push into that space at low or no cost, do their thing. They have an open market every third Thursday for all of us, free of charge. You can just stroll.
Yeah, because that's what I find, that a lot of people are creative, but they just don't have the means, the resources to really express themselves.
Especially now. Yeah, so we're, this city is getting pretty good at finding unique ways to support new and emerging artists who might not have access to resources and funding just yet, ensuring that we can give them a nice, safe, low cost or no cost foundation where they can jump, springboard from. Yeah, so a few galleries, Mint Gallery.
So I got a question. So with you being a professional dancer and everything, so-
Retired
professional, retired. But when you see, I don't know if you ever watch like shows like You Think You Can Dance and stuff like that.
Some of my dancers pass through those.
Okay,
Right.
so I mean, what do you think when you see like some of the dances on TV compared to what you have done or whatever? You're like,
Oh,
you
no.
know,
I mean, like cultural
yeah,
African
yeah,
dances or
like
just
what-
regular
yeah.
dances?
I don't
I
really
mean,
question quality in dance, right? Because there's so many
Okay.
different styles and lanes. So you
Okay.
might have your traditional technical
Mm.
route, and then you have your commercial stuff that's not
Mhm.
going to be necessarily moving.
Mhm.
It might not be the most intricate, complicated, technique-based,
Right,
whatever.
right,
But you know, every style of dance has its time and place.
Mhm.
What you might see in an Old Navy commercial or something to that effect isn't going to be as moving as what you might see here at the Fox when
Right.
Aileen moves through,
Right.
or even here in Buckhead locally area, Atlanta's Resource for Entertainment and Art. They put on quite moving productions where they're really training beautiful dancers in modern and lyrical style of dance. So it's just, you know, you have to know the time and the place. And I never question quality, because I'm always just grateful to see dance elevated to be accessible on these networks,
Right,
syndicated
right.
all over the nation, all over the world.
Gotcha.
You know, for folks to be able to get exposed. That's all that matters to me.
Okay.
It's an open door.
Okay.
I'm not a hater.
I'm not a
hater.
Okay.
I'm not a hater.
Okay.
People's expression of
I'm not a
art.
hater.
So-
I have, like, I mean, we've got dancers I've seen come up. You would never know how beautifully trained
So
they might be because they're touring with
Okay.
your favorite rap star.
doing
So
that.
how-
So they doing, yeah, they might be doing a little
So how difficult is it for them to like
two steps.
say transition from like your regular hip hop dancers over to something that you have actually professionally trained for?
You said how?
Well, yeah, how difficult would it be for just, you know, say, for example, maybe like a Chris Brown type of dancer or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to actually...
Well, I'll say this. It's important for dancers to be trained in a variety of disciplines. Like, you
Okay.
should never have one thing you do. You need to be
Okay.
good at many things so that
Okay.
you're marketable, so that people know that they can call on you for more than one thing. Because if you're a one-trick pony, then, you know, how many gigs can you really book? How many calls can you really take? People
Right.
want to know that if they need to take a pivot, that you can pivot with them, because you have, you know, this arsenal to pull from
Gotcha.
of different things you're able to do. So no, you know, I especially dancers I've worked with, my goal is to always expose you to as many styles and to ensure that a few styles land on you, that you're capable to take that call no matter what the call might be. Because they might want a ballet dancer, they might want a hip hop dancer, they might want a two-step, they might want to twerk. You need to be able to do all of it.
No, that's right.
Might be-
So with your dancers that you work with, what impression or impact would you say personally that you would want to leave on them, or, you know, have them walk away with, you know, from working with you or being trained by you, or, you know, guided by you and your expertise?
I'll say this, I intend to leave the same impression that my dance teachers left on me. So we've got Daphne Davis, China Bird, Vanessa Baird Streeter, all women who, you know, trained me some decades ago. Okay. Some decades ago. But even now, as
Okay.
soon as earlier today, last week, last month, I can hear their voice in the back of my mind, pushing me, encouraging me, threatening me.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all those things.
Do the dance.
And it pushes me to always do my best, hearing those voices and having been blessed by their training. And so I hope that the dancers over these last 2 decades who trained with me still can hear my voice popping off, encouraging them, threatening them, you know, but all to that end, to make them better and for them to feel like they know they're doing their best because they have that voice still pushing them.
Okay.
So that's certainly important to me.
Okay. Cool. Well, tell the people where they can find you online or my bad. Never mind, y'all.
Guys, I'll say,
And also, you know, I guess for the final question, I mean, you kind of answered it, but I mean, what do you want people when it's all said and done and over with, when you walk away from everything, what do you want people to remember you for?
Okay. Firstly, I'm not in hiding.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So I mean, I'm on the internet. Martine Elyse, private, but if I know you, come see me. It's fine. But when it's all said and done, it's really important to me to leave behind a legacy of excellence, quality programming, an air of sophistication, and support for Black people, Black dancers, young Black dancers, and excellence in training and equality in what we expose them to. All of those few things are extremely important to me, and I want to have a hand in them. I do have a hand in them. I'm proud of that, and I'll continue to, do what I can in support of, connecting them dots, building those bridges, and using arts and culture to bring people together.
Cool.
Now, say that connection line link for them to follow you or support
Anyway,
you or
at Martine Elyse,
Yeah,
everywhere.
Martine Elyse.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Okay.
LinkedIn, Instagram, wherever you can find me.
Cool.
Government name. Because I'm not in hiding.
Have you seen her? Oh man. But no, we appreciate your time. Thank you for stopping by and just sharing some of your expertise with the people. And hey, check her out. It's a Music Life Social
Music
production.
Life.
You know what I'm saying? We out.